to understand it. Because I couldn't find anything in the.
Did you bother
minutes about-
coming and asking me what it was for?
No.
It says right on there, radios for the cellular meters.
We specifically talked about not doing meters because of the problems we're having.
These meters were ordered back when, because of the, we ordered these meters when the board approved to go ahead and have radios installed. Again, we're going back to something that we already approved to have done, and now I'm looking at it again, and then we had to order them, and there's a shortage on everything. These radios are all like transmitters, and they have all got chips in them. There's big shortages on chips. You know that it was a delay on getting radios for the industrial corridor. If I tried to order these right now, there's a possibility I might not even be able to get them. But supposedly we were ready to go with it, and I didn't know there was going to be an issue with getting our radios. I mean, I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm the one that's getting thrown on the bus.
The only question I have, is there an action that the board has to take?
No, I guess not.
What is it?
Is there an action the board has to take with respect to that subject?
No, this is all part of the radios, and we're going to switch everything over to
So that
radios.
was my question.
So is this the same thing that we talked about with the pump?
Yeah. It's clarifying.
So if we need approval for this, then if we don't know if it's here, do we do another motion to approve it here? I don't know.
Well,
Like we did with the pump,
I
we
couldn't
approved
find
a
approval,
motion.
So I maybe to be on the safe side. Did you look too? You didn't find any.
I mean, I don't mean to say, I'm sorry, but I mean, why would we be ordering radios? Why do we have radios in our industrial corridor if this board did not already approve to have this process to move forward? Again, I mean, am I gonna have to go back and search through minutes and find out when we did it? And I know I can, and we didn't approve that either?
Right, no, I couldn't find it, and I remember, he talked about it, he talked about the,
I think you spend too much time trying to find things to throw me under the bus for instead of,
Mike, I didn't say it was your fault, these are bills that come into my office, I'm just trying to get some clarification.
I don't know what you want. You can have it all.
So Mike, let me ask you a question on the radios. There's an advantage for us to have these versus what we have out there today?
Yes.
Then why don't we just take a motion to approve the invoice and be done with the subject, and then have the clerk and the supervisor resolve any types of issues that we have with amounts?
No issues. I mean, this is something we've been
Second.
talking about forever to get our.
I make a motion to approve this invoice
Second.
for radios.
Please.
Crafty,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Tremblay.
Yes.
This would normally go on our accounts payable, and isn't that the time that when we did at the beginning of the meeting, before we would approve our consent agenda, these items that we would have questions for would come up for questions? Right, but why wasn't, forget it, I'm not gonna go there. Okay, moving on. Okay, item 7H for the sanitary sewer extension invoice. Another one. So, again, I don't think this is much of a secret that we have issues with our wastewater treatment allocation, and that we, at one point, were, which I don't think should be done, just trying to discover other alternatives other than having to count on the Village of Romeo for wastewater treatment. I know you guys were all in a meeting with Gordy from AEW, and I didn't realize that he was gonna go to the extent that he did, and he did end up finally getting the Frank and I at the request after a few times, a booklet that he put together of the study that he did do. And that study did cost us at a rate, or at a total cost of, combined total of $6,100 for 2 invoices. And this is engineering studies, and there's a lot of detail in there with the cost estimate on running our interceptor line. I finally just got word from the Village of Romeo, just recently with the new, proposal on our additional, for $100,000 additional capacity. I originally had asked for around 490,000 gallons, of additional, I said 490,000 gallons of additional capacity, and is all that they're looking to give us right now is 100,000 gallons of additional capacity to add to our current contract. It doesn't come without any stipulations. the wording was sent to Bob Seifert. Bob Seifert did call me, and basically the wording from Bob Seifert was that the Village of Romeo is really not doing us any favors, and that's as far as I've basically been able to get, so, right now. So I gotta take a look at that, so that, I mean, it may just be my opinion possibly, but I think that there's still a possibility that we need to pursue maybe looking at other alternative sources for our wastewater treatment. Maybe it would work out with the Village of Romeo, but I think that you guys can still recall the one of the last letters that we did receive for Christine Malzahn in the Village of Romeo last year that kind of led us in this direction. It basically said that we were pretty much SOL in regards to any additional capacities. Maybe that's changed a little bit since then, but that was what's led us into this study here. So I will take full responsibility for having Gordy from AEW come in and do this study and this research. I think we were all part of it. And I had, maybe not to this extent, but I think it's still something that we're currently working on in a different direction right now, and that this study is definitely going to be coming into, it's going to be very much needed in the near future for maybe a possible study in a different direction. So at this point in time, I would like to make a motion to go ahead and approve the invoice to our engineer.
2 invoices, correct?
2 invoices.
Yeah.
Second.
Second by Susan. Is there any other discussion?
Just a question. Frank, you looked at these 2. Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Whole book, so if you wanna-
We
I
only
know,
have two
I know,
books
that's
we
good that
can
we
go
have
through
some
there.
kind of work product out of that.
If there's no other discussion, can we get a roll call, Dana, please?
Tremblay,
Yes.
Crafty,
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook,
Yes.
Kraft.
Yes.
Lost my agenda. Oh, here it is.
I got an extra one.
Oh, yeah. Item 7, security cameras, with ARPA funds.
So we talked about this last time, and one of the proposals didn't include the fobs and all that, so I had him redid that. That's the second one in here, the interstate security.
So this was in front of us before, and it didn't refresh my memory why we tabled it.
Because with the second bid, he didn't include the fobs, or the
Door
cards.
fobs?
Yeah. The third proposal, I don't think he's very interested in working with us. I mean, his bid was kind of high.
Castle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can set that aside for sure.
And I don't think we need, the first one has more cameras than I think we need. I think the idea was that we wanted to put this one out front here and then 2 out back. I don't think we needed them. That kind of covers the parking lot, but
But for the same kind of price, we're getting the additional cameras, actually for less if you take the first bid from
true.
Michigan Securities. I mean,
So is there a recommendation?
for a price that's $2,000 less, we're gonna get,
2,000 less, or was it just a?
So Michigan Security is 2,000?
$200 less.
Interstate security was 98, and this one is 92, so.
Is there an additional cost, though, in interstate for 1695 at the bottom of the page? Is that incremental?
That's for fourth door, and that's in case we wanted a fourth door,
And that's not in this one?
right.
So the apples to apples is a $400 or $600 difference?
Between interstate and Michigan, right?
Was there one that you preferred, Susan?
Frank and I met most recently with the interstate guy.
Okay.
I felt more comfortable with him, but, that was just a
that doesn't
And
even,
a lot of this stuff is kind of Greek to me, so,
All of us.
yeah.
So is there any ongoing expenses for this, or is this just like a monthly
Good
monitoring
question.
fee?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would think so, because don't we pay that with monthly now, whatever.
We do.
I mean, on the interstate, the problem I've got, if you look at the big note at the top at the very beginning, it says this proposal below does not include electrical hardware. And he says, I have instructed Great Lakes Security Hardware to quote the door replacement and electrified hardware directly to you, which is not even included in this
Right,
quote.
and they didn't come out yet, so.
So we don't even know what that's gonna mean, and then this other, Michigan, it basically says everything's included, pretty much 100%. I can find that wording for you.
Yeah, I do agree this price is better.
Michigan,
Mhm.
1 or 2, option 1 or 2.
Well, I mean,
I think option one. And it's a 5-year warranty on parts and 1-year warranty on labor. Basically states if something goes wrong within the 5 years, we will remove and replace that part with a new part free of charge within the first year. And after the first year is all you have to pay is the labor.
yeah, so you're saying that the first one on, Michigan Security, let's go with that, 7,000.
I mean, there's a lot, yeah, I mean, there was something else that,
And we still don't know what the doors are gonna be. They'll just do the strikes on the door for the security, so, that will be an additional.
yeah. I mean, myself personally, I mean, we have 3 cameras right now.
Mm-hmm.
And all we're gonna get with this new package from Interstate is 3 cameras, that basically what we have right now. It's not like we're adding cameras in, right? But with Michigan, we're getting 8 cameras, which is gonna cover a lot bigger area. So we're adding additional 5 cameras.
Which I don't really think we need, so.
Well, I
It's
think you heard,
overkill, but,
you heard Dustin just a little while ago, he says as soon as he added surveillance cameras, that the crime rate went down to 0, or the vandalism rate. So,
which isn't so high here, but,
I'm just saying, it's just to defer.
yeah, open to whatever.
I like the references that Interstate has, but I don't like the pricing and what we're getting.
These
Are we
are
trying-
all
are-
approved, all 3 approved by the state of Michigan.
Is there a problem we're trying to solve with this?
Problem with what?
Well, security, the fobs, getting in and out of the building, or cards.
Get rid of the keys and get key fobs instead?
Yeah, the keys and just,
And ARPA money would cover this, right?
yeah.
That's the idea. And also with the elections, you know, we will have a camera put in here that goes down this hall.
Okay.
Security reasons.
I would make a motion to go ahead and approve Michigan Security Systems proposal.
Option 1.
With ARPA funds, correct?
Right.
Is that part of your motion?
Yeah, okay, so I'll make let me start over. I'll make a motion to approve Michigan Security Systems for option 1, $7,610.05 with ARPA funds. Paid for with ARPA funds.
I'm sorry, what was it, Mike? The 7,000 one?
The option
Okay.
1, yeah,
Option one.
proposed system option 1.
I second.
Second by Frank. Is there any other discussion?
Did I miss something, or we're not considering service and maintenance agreements for this at this time?
For what?
For service and maintenance agreements, because additional options said on page 3, for Michigan Security Systems had additional options, service and maintenance agreements. So service calls without an agreement are billed at a rate of $95 an hour. Are we just going with that hourly rate for now, or are we considering another maintenance agreement? Did I miss?
So I think that once the system's installed, we can call them, or we don't have to call them for service. If it's a warranty
Okay.
problem, then we can have it covered under
Covered.
warranty.
Okay.
I think that Dana would probably agree that I think our current IT company can handle any type of work on security if need be. Who does that? It's Weber, right? Is that who?
Yeah,
Who
High
services
Tech.
our camera, though? Our cameras now?
we really, I mean, that was high tech. They were the ones that installed them.
Yeah. I mean,
And High Tech currently doesn't do anything like this? Security systems?
They may.
well, we're not gonna go out for more bids. Susan did a lot of work getting 3 bids already.
What's the warranty period? 5-year warranty on parts and 1 year on labor.
Okay.
Yeah. And they say that if there's a part that's broken after 5 years, they'll replace the part, we'll have to pay the labor after the first year, is what it states. I'm still fine with Michigan. Did you have any concerns with that?
No, I just was asking a question that I just kind of came to mind, so
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Do we have a motion?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
motion and a
Second
second.
Frank second.
We had a roll call, Dana, please.
Crafty,
Yes.
Kraft,
Yes.
Tremblay.
Yes.
DeGiorgio,
Yes.
Philbrook.
Yes. So at this time, I know our next item is 7J, which is a closed session to go into, or go into closed session. I would rather do our communications right now, so, because after closed session, there's probably not gonna be anybody left here, and then, I think it would be better, if anybody's got any communications, maybe it would be better to
I
go now.
agree with that.
Agree.
Okay. So, who would like to go first?
I'll go first. On Thursday, September 8th at 2 o'clock, we're going to be working with Macomb County Prosecutor Peter Lucido. We're going to be at the Villages at Orchards Grove, and they're going to be putting on a scams safety workshop. And it's in regards to senior crimes unit and/or other senior crimes unit staff will be there to do a senior citizen safety workshop. Discussions will include ways in which seniors are often targeted and taken advantages by criminals and how to prevent these occurrences. It'll also include what to do in the unfortunate event that a senior becomes a victim of a crime. All the safety materials will be provided free of charge. So again, that's going to be Thursday, September 8th at 2 p.m. at the Villages at Orchard Grove. The address is 71149 Orchard Crossing Lane on 33 Mile Road.
Will that be open to anybody in the public, Frank?
Yeah, that's open to anybody. You go to our Facebook page, Bruce Township, Macomb County, or the Orchards Grove webpage, and you could, say that you're going to attend the event. They
That's
would
right
like
here
an
down the
RS
street, right?
Yes. They do want an they would like an RSVP for the event. So there's a number to call. It's 586-540-8300 if you're not going to use Facebook to do that. Also, on Thursday, December 1st, between the hours of 9 and 3:30, I believe it is, we're having another blood drive for the month of December. And that'll be right here in Bruce Township. Again, there'll be information on Facebook, Bruce Township, Macomb County.
Are we gonna do anything, aside from just blood drives, like some of the other requirements that they have for, what is it, the power blood, and then also for, gosh, I keep.
Not familiar with Power Blood.
It's like another.
Oh, is that, yeah, I know somebody that does that. Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think they do that. I forget the name of it, but it's some type
Kryptonite
of
in
blood
it?
that you have with it. Huh?
Kryptonite?
Yeah.
Kryptonite.
It's some type of,
Isn't that what
rare
kills
blood
them?
that you have that you can do that. I think they do that as well.
And also, what was the other one? I kept getting notifications on, platelets.
Yes, the platelets, they do that.
So will they be able to do that at this blood
Yes.
drive?
Yeah, they do it at every one.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay, because they are, I've been getting a lot of notifications from Red Cross saying that there is an extreme platelet shortage right now.
Yeah, there's.
And so, but all of the sites right now are, the closest one I think was Warren. So,
Yeah, not only platelets, but just blood in general, they're very short on. In fact, we were trying to set up another time, and they told me that the only thing they had available was December 30th. And I said, sorry, the building's closed then.
yeah.
And it's, the day before New Year's, I don't think, it's going to be difficult. So then they came back and said December 1st, Thursday, so.
Have we been seeing an increase in
Yeah,
volunteers?
yeah, we usually get more than what they think we're going to get.
Yeah, it's hard to get an appointment.
Yeah.
Good. They were busy when I was here,
Yep.
so thank you for coordinating,
Yeah,
Frank.
that's it. And then tax bills are due September 14th. Again, you can pay them online, but there's a 3.25% charge.
September 14th.
Yes, September 14th. Is that what I said? Yeah.
I think you said December.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, September 14th. Thank you for correcting me.
We don't want people to come and say, you said.
Right. Yeah, September 14th, summer tax bills are due. You can pay them online. You can drop a check off here in the office, or we have that secure lockbox back there that is very safe. Don't have to worry about no one messing with it. People drop their payments off in there. That's it.
Thanks, Frank.
I have a couple things. Had a 32% turnout, voter turnout. We're third highest in the county. The county only had 25% overall, so Ypres Township.
Yeah.
And I met with Advanced Lighting the other day about the sounds and camera system. It's probably gonna be late September or early October before we see any of our improvements. There's one thing that they're waiting on, and it's a supply issue. So, and also this is a busy time for schools having all their updates done. The projector's gonna go over there. We're gonna be able to stream on 2 platforms at a time, so we can do on Facebook if we want, as well as YouTube. It's kind of going to be exciting that when someone's speaking at the podium, if they have a laptop, for example, we'll be able to project that at the same time. We are not, by the way, tonight streaming live for some reason. I think he came in and manipulated things so that we're able to record but not stream. So if you get any feedback on that, sorry. I'll have it up tomorrow for people to look at. What else? We didn't approve Zoom option, but it will be wired to add that if we decide to, without much trouble, so. Pretty good. That's all for me.
Mike?
There was no planning commission meeting. We did have a ZBA meeting. We approved some changes to the bylaws, which was provided to the board. And we did have our election of officers, and we're continuing with the same officers that we had. And just a point of order suggestion, Mike, last meeting, at the beginning of the meeting, you talked about our public comment policy, but we didn't enforce it. So my suggestion is if we could be consistent in our meetings and announce the policy and then enforce it consistently.
I know there was one particular reason that you say that, and I'm trying to recall exactly what it was for, but I did have my reason to continue with that. I'll get with you on that a little bit later. I mean, on that
Just a request by me.
3-minute mark?
3 minutes,
One of those big
enforce it.
timers.
In meetings that I've seen from other municipalities, they actually have someone that actually keeps track of time, gives a 30-minute warning, and then, or a 30-second warning.
Please.
30-second warning. And the other thing that is one of the things that's stated in the formal thing is no disparaging comments, yet we had disparaging comments about a community, or disparaging comments about an individual, which was not corrected. And I think we need to be consistent. We need to maintain high standards in our government, and I think that's a standard that I'm recommending we do. We have a policy, we should follow it and enforce it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all.
Lisa, do you have anything?
Nope, nothing to add.
Thanks for guys getting the bylaws. Thank to all the members of the ZBA for taking care of it. Tom Kaufman, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys are all doing that. I guess I want to talk just a little bit to bring everybody up to speed on the water crisis and what's been going on. I don't know how much everybody knows, but I'm just going to assume that everybody's kind of got an idea of what we've got going on in our community right now with the boil water alert. We're in a state of emergency. We have 7 communities that are currently on the boil water alert. Great Lakes Water, through continuous Zoom meetings with Great Lakes Water and Emergency Management Team with Macomb County, this thing has been, I feel, has been handled very professionally, the best that it can be done. When we first when we first found out that we had no water, our township and our employees at Township moved right in and got things moving as we were supposed to do. We pretty much initiated a boil water alert immediately. A letter was drawn up. We went door to door in every residential and every commercial or industrial business in our community, notified them that there was a boil water alert, gave them the letter, and stated that until further notice. And I mean, pretty much been continuing ever since then. Did that with the help of the fire department. I want to thank them for helping me knock on all those doors over in Cloverfield. It wasn't a lot, but it still took the initiative and the time to do so. That's all part of our requirements, and we're kind of, it's necessary for us to go ahead and notify our residents any way we can. Currently, the way it stands right now, we were running off of our emergency interconnection between us and the village of Romeo, and the reason why we were doing that, we had our 96-inch valve shut off to our valve shut off to Great Lakes Water. We opened up the emergency valve with the village of Romeo, which it's not the village of Romeo, which everybody feels it is. It's off of their industrial water, which is also Great Lakes Water, but the village of Romeo does have booster pumps, and they were able to maintain 80 PSI in our system continuously, so everybody in our system had great pressures. Great Lakes Water main was fluctuating. In the mornings, it would drop down below 30 PSI. So keeping our interconnection open with the village of Romeo, we were able to maintain that pressure. Right now, today, as of right now, we did close the interconnection with the village of Romeo, and we did open up our valve between the 96-inch water main between us and Great Lakes Water, and we're running off of the Great Lakes water main. Ourselves and pretty much 7 other communities through our Zoom meeting today, we've determined that we're all going to start doing bacteria testing, residual chlorine testing, and pH and water quality testing. It's going to take 2 consecutive 24-hour tests in order to complete this, which is 48 hours, and we have to send our tests to the lab, and we got to get results back. We're hoping by maybe late afternoon on Friday that we will be able to get some good results back, where we may be able to remove the boil water alert and possibly go back to the way things were normal. That does not mean that we're going to be off the state of emergency. We're still going to be in a state of emergency. Water restrictions are still going to be in place. And if the water pressure, for any reason, at any given time, does fall below 20 PSI in our 96-inch water main from Great Lakes Water, we're going to have to go back on a boil water alert. And the reason that it falls below 20 PSI, that's the kind of the threshold when bacteria or parasites or things can infiltrate the system, and that's why the 20 PSI is the number we go off of. Currently, that's what's pretty much been going on. We've been working regularly with the emergency management team, Chief Whitkin and the fire department. They've been running to get water on pallets daily. We've been distributing them behind station 1 here. If anybody that is in Cloverfield that wants to come pick up water, we have plenty of water behind station 1. We encourage you to come get it and take advantage of it. And there was a couple other people in the community. We had big concern was our villages of Orchard Grove. They have the 3 facilities over there. When the water actually got shut off on Saturday, those people, they have 150 residents over there, and 150 residents that use the toilets continuously could have turned into a big catastrophe. We were able to get them water, and then eventually we were able to bring them a tanker from Nick Rinke from Blue Water Trucking. Actually, we put 2,000 gallons of water in one of his tankers, and we ran it over there for them to have buckets of water to flush their toilets. They were just happy. Additionally to that, in order to kind of take care of those residents, we reached out to Culligan of Romeo and the Chapmans. They came out with a special delivery on Sunday morning with a skid load of water and drinking water and 5-gallon things that they put in our, service things here, so, I mean, it's been great how everybody's kind of up to the plate and kind of worked together, even, people like Anthony at Rawhorn. We get these pallets of water, he brings the forklift, up from his business, unloads it. Now we're unloading pallets of water over at, Orchard Grove, and he takes the forklift over there and unloads it. So it's just a big, huge thanks to a lot of people in the community have been really working hard this past 5 or 6 days. It's just really, really been nice. It's been a lot of work, but but that's where it's at. So if anybody's got questions, feel free to give me a call and do what I can to answer them. Yeah.
How many hours did people can pick up water from?
So we have 2 to 8, but it's been kind of, people have been drifting in and out. I mean, I don't think that, we have a phone number on the door. If there's nobody at the door's not open, they call the phone number, and usually somebody from the back in Station 3 would come out and be able to service them. But it does need to be a resident in our water municipal district. People that are on wells, it doesn't include them, or people in the Village of Romeo, on the Village of Romeo water doesn't include them. So.
Is this all on our website, the information for the residents?
So every day I've been writing a letter and I've been updating our website with the letter I print out with an updated daily. It's kind of my job as a water operator for Bruce Township to keep our public notified and up to date on what's going on. So yes, every day there is a new letter. I give it to Dana to put on our website, and then I do give the other letter to Frank to put on a website, on our Facebook page. Additionally, I send a letter. They do have a Cloverfield Facebook page, and I send it to Cloverfield, and they put it on their website and their Facebook page. So yeah, we're doing everything we can to keep our community notified, and everything we can to try to, to make this as comfortable and as easy as possible. But it's still going to be the first week of September as of right now, before Great Lakes Water is going to fix that 96-inch water main.
Good response.
We also get updates from Great Lakes Water,
Yeah.
and I take that and I post it on
Yeah.
the
So
Facebook
yeah.
page, and then it's shared by other people.
Good
So
work.
it's getting around.
Good work,
Yeah.
given the bad situation.
No, it's worked out great, and it was grateful that, our water is being pumped from Port Huron to Detroit, which a lot of people don't realize. And they were able to isolate the main in Port Huron, and they were able to reverse the flow and pump the water from Detroit towards Port Huron. That's why we're all back up and running, but there was a lot of snags. They had to shut down 7 valves in order to do that. They were only able to close 6, so they were like, they worked through the night to get the 7th valve closed. It was nice to see that we had running water coming out of our hydrants on Sunday morning, and yeah, it was really good. So yeah, it's just been, like I said, a big community thing, and a lot of, can't say thanks enough to all the people that have chipped in, so.
Good.
Powell Road construction project, we're gonna have I'm sure that people that are familiar, that we're gonna have, Powell Road's gonna be reconditioned. We have a pre-construction meeting tomorrow, at 1 p.m. at the Macomb County, Comtech building. I don't know when the start date is, but I know that they're ready to get going on this thing right away, and I don't know when the completion date is, but you could expect some delays and some maybe being rerouted at times, but it's definitely gonna be something gonna be good for our community, so. I think that's all I've got. Yeah, that's all I got. Anybody's got anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Are they gonna
Cheese.
fix the pothole in the parking lot? I fell into it 3 times with my car.
So, yeah, Bob Billick and I, we patched a couple of holes already, and we do need to patch a few more, so yeah, we'll get on it. Should have been done a long time ago, but, yeah, we will get it. So the answer to that question is yes. When? We'll get it pretty soon. Okay. So at this time, if there's nothing else for this board of discussion, I make a motion that we go into closed session. Support. At, what's the time on there?
9:36.
At 9:36, supported by Frank. Do I get a roll call? Is it all in favor, or do we gotta do a roll call?
Aye.
All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Are we going
Thanks,
somewhere, or are
everybody,
we-
for coming.
Everybody else leaving?
Anyway, go on Mike's.
Thank you.
Mike's office?
I didn't state the reason that we were going into closed session. Do I need to state